Okay, so in this age of AI, what is our uniquely human advantage? You might think, it's creativity or emotion, but what if I told you it's actually your gut feeling? Yeah, seriously. Today, we're going to dive into the surprising science that proves your intuition is way more powerful than any algorithm. Let's get right into it.
I mean, think about this for a second. It's a bizarre contradiction, right? An AI can absolutely dominate a chess grandmaster, a game with more possible moves than atoms in the known universe, but it can't fold your laundry. This isn't just some funny little quirk. It's a really deep paradox that gets right to the heart of what intelligence truly is.
So this whole thing has a name. It's called Moravec's paradox, and it's been this central puzzle in AI research since like the 80s. And the core idea is pretty simple. The stuff that's hard for us, like crazy complex math, that is an absolute piece of cake for a computer. But the things we do without even thinking, like just walking across the room and not bumping into stuff, or spotting a friend in a crowd, that's where AI completely struggles. It turns out the easy stuff is actually the hardest stuff to code.
And the cognitive scientist Steven Pinker just nailed it. He said this is basically the biggest lesson from decades of AI research. So what is really going on here? Well, it all comes down to this fundamental clash between two totally different types of intelligence. Pure raw computation versus our own, deeply evolved intuition. All right, let's break this down. On one side, you've got the cold, hard, unfeeling logic of a machine. And on the other, you have this deeply ingrained intuition of a human brain that's been evolving for millions and millions of years. And trust me, these two things are not the same. That difference, well, it's everything.
Okay, a really great way to picture how AI thinks is what we can call the AI library model. So you send a prompt, you ask it a question, and this super fast librarian just zips through a massive, massive library. It grabs all the relevant books off the shelves, mashes the key points together, and boom, hands you an answer. It is an expert at finding and combining information. But here's the kicker. It has absolutely no idea what any of it actually means.
And this really breaks it down perfectly. Just look at the AI column here. Speed, scale, data-driven precision, logic. I mean, it is an absolute powerhouse of computation. But now, look at the human column. Context, nuance, ethical reasoning, emotional intelligence. See, an AI is a pattern-matching machine for data. But we are pattern-matching machines for life itself. And that right there, that's where things like real creativity and wisdom come from.
And this really gets to the why of it all. Our intuition, it's not really something we learn from a book. It's something we are. I love this analogy. Think of our ability to do, say, advanced math. That's like a brand new app we just downloaded to our brain. But our ability to read a room, to sense danger, that's the operating system. It's been running and updating for millions of years. It is ancient, it is powerful, and it is just deeply embedded in our very biology.
So this is the gap. This is the chasm that AI just can't cross. It has no consciousness, no real intentionality. It doesn't have abstract thoughts or opinions. It just doesn't get context, like irony or a good joke. It has no beliefs, no conscience, no ambition, and of course, no emotion or empathy. It can't anticipate spontaneity, and it can't deal with the messy, incomplete, unpredictable reality of being human. It's built for a world of perfect data, and we're built for the real world. Okay, so if that's the gap, how do we use it to our advantage? Because this isn't a bug, it's a feature. In a world that is absolutely drowning in AI-generated information, the one thing that becomes incredibly, incredibly valuable is real human judgment.
I mean, it's just basic economics, right? When something is everywhere, when it's abundant, its value plummets. And AI is making information and raw analysis practically free. So in a world like that, what's the new gold? What becomes precious? It's the ability to know what any of that information actually means.
And this quote from Nadir Ahmad just nails it perfectly. Artificial intelligence doesn't diminish the value of human judgment. It makes it exponentially more valuable. I mean, wow. Think about that. AI doesn't replace our judgment. It amplifies its importance. The more answers a machine can spit out, the more we desperately need humans to ask the right questions. And there's actually a fascinating scientific term for all this. It's called embodied intelligence. Neuroscientists have shown that our best decisions, the really good ones, they don't just come from the logical part of our brain. Nope. They are this rich, complex mix of logic, emotion, and even physical sensations. It is literally the intelligence of your entire nervous system working together as one. And that is your gut feeling in action. It's not magic. It's your entire body acting as this incredible supercomputer, running millions of tiny simulations all at once based on a lifetime of lived experience. Which is why an AI will never, ever have a gut feeling, because it doesn't have a gut. It's a biological advantage, pure and simple, hardwired right into our system.
And this right here, this captures the core difference perfectly. An AI can give you a mathematically optimal answer to the wrong question. See, AI is the ultimate how machine. It can optimize anything you throw at it, but it can never, ever answer why. Those big questions, the ones about purpose and values and principles, yeah, that's still our job.
So, you see, the game isn't man versus machine anymore. It's about mastering human-AI integration. The winners of the future aren't going to be the people who try to beat AI. They're going to be the ones who learn how to work with it, to conduct it like a symphony orchestra.
And this framework here is a fantastic roadmap for how to do that. Think of it in layers. Layer 1, that's the AI layer. You let the AI do all the heavy lifting, the data processing, the scenario analysis, finding patterns. Then you, the human, come in. Layer 2 is the human pattern recognition layer. You apply your experience and ask, what does this data mean? Layer 3, the emotional intelligence layer. How is this going to affect people? What are the human dynamics? And finally, Layer 4, the wisdom layer, where you pull it all together and make a decision that is both strategically and ethically sound. It's a process that literally turns raw data into real wisdom.
But here's where it gets really wild. We're actually learning to bridge this communication gap, even in how we talk to the AIs themselves. It turns out you can teach an AI to be more, well, responsive, not by trying to teach it to feel, but by giving it the right kind of language. And the key, you're not going to believe this, is metaphor.
Just check out this example. If you give a direct prompt like, I feel lonely, you're going to get a pretty generic kind of Hallmark card response back. But if you use a metaphorical prompt like, I feel lonely, it's as if I'm stranded on a deserted island. Suddenly, the AI's response changes completely. It's not just empathetic in tone, it gives you concrete, actionable strategies. Why? Because that metaphor carries so much more data for the AI. Ideas of isolation, of danger, of the need for a survival plan. The response is instantly more useful and, yeah, I'll say it, more helpful.
So the big takeaway here is this. Stop trying to outcompute the computer. You can't. The real valuable skills for the future are totally different. First, become an AI whisperer. Master that human-AI collaboration and prompt engineering. Second, develop your contextual reasoning. Be the person who can place data within the bigger strategic, cultural, and ethical picture. And third, master integration synthesis. Build the frameworks that systematically combine what the AI gives you with deep human wisdom. It's all about becoming the bridge between these two incredibly powerful forms of intelligence.
So I'm going to leave you with this final question to think about. In a world that is just full of artificial intelligence, the real question isn't, can a machine think? The real question is, what makes your intelligence real? Your unique experiences, your values, your gut feelings, your wisdom. That's not just data. That is what makes you, you. And that is an advantage no machine will ever have.